Hi, welcome to Man of Steel, Van Gives Hope, the Facebook page on YouTube. Right, I'd like to start first of all with saying, I'm also pathetic when it comes to comics, and I believe that the internet is the cause of it, because there are people that are so passionate about what they like. They believe that if you do not share their opinions, that they have to put some negative comments and argue on whatever you say. And thanks to the internet now, there are media forums which are also biased in their beliefs that they like putting out stuff that condemns the other side. Wonder Woman was success, as far as other DC films are concerned. That they were all successes. Now you can argue to the point, all three films now has made over 3 billion combined, compared to Marvel, which took something like 4 or 5 films to get to 1.9 billion. Now, of course, these films, apart from Wonder Woman, wasn't critically acclaimed sort of films. They didn't get all the star ratings that we all believe that it should have. But then again, as I've said before in many videos, society has kind of dumbed down and been brainwashed into what makes a film, what makes a suitable superhero film, and they're not willing to think outside the box. So the only way you can figure out if a film is good is by people either constantly talking about it still, the money it makes, and DVD sales. For me, that is what makes a successful film. If you get people around, supporting it and stuff, and that to me is a great film. And films are there to be decisive, not decisive is the word, but to make you question whether it's good or bad. It's there to cause this sort of arguments amongst us and debate with ourselves, and Marvel films just now is really it just gets 5 stars no matter what. These films can be Marvel right now can do no wrong. They could film a piece of shit and it'll get 5-star rating and being told that it's the funniest thing on the planet, and well, they're getting away with it anyway, just so far. Now, Spider-Man has come out, and of course you got the comic bias pages basically saying Spider-Man's doing well, it's knocking Wonder Woman, out, it's Rotten Potatoes or Rotten Tomatoes is maybe it's 1 point in it or something. But should that be actually news that we should be bothered about? Now, when you look in these comments, you'll see people, defending BVS or defending Wonder Woman and saying, "Oh, I've seen Wonder Woman 3 times, still say that's better than that." Then you get Spider-Man, and then it goes down to Justice League, and people are commenting about, "Oh, Justice League will be a washout. Infinity War will crush it and stuff." Well, that's probably because of the biased opinions already. Now, Spider-Man, no doubt, would have got stars because it's a child-friendly film and it's about a wee teenage boy. So, of course, it's going to do extremely well at the box office. But I find myself, I can no longer go and see Spider-Man. I didn't quite like the Tobey Maguire ones. They were good at the time. I liked the second guy wasn't keen on the film that followed it, and now I've kind of got tired of the Spider-Man genre. But saying that, I can't find myself going to watch a Marvel film because, again, I said in my other videos, the difference between a supporter and a fan is, I feel if I go to see a Marvel film, I'm not supporting my team, so to speak, and it's a pathetic way of looking at it. But this is what the internet and stuff does to you. You're passionate about your characters, about the comics that you love, and you want to see them doing great, and you can't understand why other people are not seeing what you see. And I believe if I never ever went onto Facebook or YouTube, I would be living a better life. I'd be living a less stressful life, unaware of any backlash about DC films, unaware of the stuff, the Marvel films that they're putting out. I would be unaware of all these so-called YouTube people that host these shows and putting their own opinions across. I would be unaware of all this, and I'd be living in a world where I think Marvel and DC are doing excellently together. But sadly, that's not the case. I started Facebook, and I've came across these comments and this stuff. Now, hats off to the people out there that are Marvel and DC fans that want both to do well, and they make comments along those lines about that. Hats off to you. Stick to that. Don't listen to the. But again, the majority of the people now online are basically one-sided, either Marvel or DC. And I made another video about will Marvel and DC unite, and I can't see that happening ever now, because there is so much stuff on the internet that is brainwashing people and also critics alike. And it's funny, somebody showed me a post about somebody says, let the producers and directors get on with the film and stop bashing them and stuff. I'm not too sure who the director was, but then somebody then made a comment, well, now you know how Zack Snyder felt. It's just not, if Zack Snyder gets all this stuff, then you're about to get it too, and it's just became a vile place. Now you go into, I'm going to put a link here and there, and I've not said half the things I was going to say before I thought of making this video. But I was watching this thing from Film Gub, again, link down there, and they were showing you Star Wars fans talking about just the title of the new film, The Last Jedi. And oh my god, I never felt so much cringeworthy in all my puff watching it. Now, take it, as you may know, I used to be a big fan on Star Wars. Got the audio cassette tapes, the games, the DVDs, and big massive fans, graphic novels, games. And then I saw The Force Awakens, and that was me. It didn't happen in episode 1 because it was George Lucas's. But anyway, so I've kind of went off that, and I just think it's all to do with money, and Disney will just hammer out all these films. But you go to what you'll see in this video, and please watch it, and you'll understand what I mean. You go to these fan sites, and they get overexcited just over the title, and no matter, I believe, what Disney brings out in Star Wars, they're going to love it. They are going to, they were commenting on the title, and they're standing up and they're applauding and stuff. And of course, the guy in the Star Wars, he's wearing a sort of Captain America sort of top thing. Well, he's going to sort of be biased against DC because they all just want monopolise Disney, I think. But the way they're reacting to the title and how fantastic the Star Wars movies, right? And they've not even seen it, and they're already saying it's brilliant. And I'm thinking, God, was I like you? Now, I did normally say beforehand, Star Wars is a big, huge franchise. No matter what happens this year, they'll bring out a film and it'll be a success. When did we get to that stage? When did we get to the stage that we are so dinged into films that we go to that we can't say it's good or bad? Now, granted, I run a page myself and gives hope where I just shove off the positives, but I'm not going to go out and state that every film I've seen from DC is a masterpiece. But because it's what my page does, because it's what my page we look, and another reason why I created the page was to make me look at a positive way for DC. And maybe I should do that for Marvel. But the reason why I can't bring myself to do that for Marvel is because of the way things are just now. I believe that there is so much unfairness to DC, and it's not that I don't like it. I mean, I do go out and as I say, Ant-Man has came on Netflix. I'm going to watch that, and then hopefully it's better than Age of Ultron. But my likes are really into the way DC is doing their films. And could that just be because I'm a DC fan and that I'm kidding myself that I like these films? And probably we all question ourselves to it that way. It's the geek in us that's making us this sort of aggressive on the line, this sort of defensive on the line, and we don't like people having different opinions than ourselves. And I think before, as I say, the internet and YouTube has done something to us fans that we have to constantly bash the other side, and it's made us it's sort of made us pathetic. I mean, as I say, that Collider film, the link I'm going to put down there, the film, there was probably a part of me that would have agreed with him, along those lines about certain films coming out and saying, oh man, that's just, Attack of the Clones, excellent title, just the music, this way. And then you watch episode 1 and episode 2, and that was fantastic. Don't put episode 1 down. That was great. And then even that John Campea said, it's film. He watched episode 1, and it was about the 8th time he watched it. Then he says, no, this is bad. This is a bad film. And I think people judged it, and that enhances my theory that these films like Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman, well, not as much Wonder Woman's already, it's sort of successful critical wise, but I think people will come back to these films now once people grow up a wee bit and they're less in this sort of, I mean, don't get me wrong, in sport is big, especially in Britain. If you're a Rangers supporter or Celtic supporter, Scottish supporter, English, doesn't matter what team you support or how well maybe the other team, you will just crush that. Even if, you'll put blinkers on towards certain things. And, but for these sites to come out and all of a sudden just put Wonder Woman down, this so-called journalistic site, and it says, Spider-Man's came out, Spider-Man's going to clear the ball. You can't just praise Wonder Woman for being as good as she did by surpassing what people thought it would make. Now, people already, people say, DC has made $3 billion. People will come out, but it should have made, that BVS should have made so much million or whatnot, and it never did. But it was still a successful film. People still went out there and people still talk about it today. People still, it made money. Maybe it didn't make the big money, or maybe we've been just brainwashed just because Avengers came out and we expect every film to be that sort of money grabbing. But for me, I didn't hear a buzz about Spider-Man: Homecoming. I don't get many. I don't feel a buzz around much of films that have come out. And maybe that was a downfall, but I do feel a buzz about Justice League. But of course, there'll be people out there that will put it down straight away. They haven't seen the film. There's critics that review a film or say it's rubbish without even seeing it. We are pathetic. We are, as geeks go, a lot of us can be up on point pathetic. And I don't want you to take any offence to that, or probably the subscribers to this page will come down. All I'm asking is let's all look into ourselves and our behaviour when we go on Facebook, and how driven we are and how passionate we are, or how upsetting we become when we see bad comments about something that we like, and how we react to it. And then ask yourselves, would we be better away from Facebook and away from YouTube, and just surround ourselves with people that like the film? Because in a normal society, if we come across somebody that doesn't like it, or a film that we like, we'll kind of argue a wee bit, but we'll still accept, we'll still be sort of friends with them. But on Facebook or YouTube, it could be totally different, because there's a sense of freedom. And I do hope one day, as I say, Justice League, there's so much riding on Justice League. Well, we would have said that about Batman v Superman or Wonder Woman. But, I think now that we've had that success, but I want Zack Snyder to have that success. And I hope when Justice League comes out, it is. And I hope people appreciate and not kind of twist it and say Joss Whedon. And if he does that, then DC... Mind you, we can say that because DC's made $3 billion in 3 films, it is a success. So let the haters comment. Let all the people that just diss BVS or diss it, let the figures and the money speak for themselves. And okay, if they come back to you and say, it should have made a couple more million each, more than it did, well, just say it will become a cult classic and it will make that money in no time. It's just because it was surrounded by hatred. It was surrounded by Zack Snyder haters. It was surrounded by the fact that it was DC and it wasn't a Marvel film, and there was Marvel sites and YouTube things out there. And not only that, the biggest pressure for BVS still had was the fact that it was the first time these 2 iconic heroes came to be. And we are too busy being pathetic that we are, that we wanted the film that we seen in our heads. And we didn't get that, so we moan and we gripe. But then I read comments about people seeing it 8th or 9th or 10th time and getting more and more out of it. So please, and I'm speaking about myself here, let's calm down. Let's just embrace what film comes out, and let's try keeping our negative stuff to our own and just ignoring everybody else. I hope you've tried to understand what I've tried to say in this video. As I say, I'm a DC fan. I'll defend DC all the time. I just feel sometimes we need to get a grasp on what really matters, and in an ideal world, we can, comic book fans we should all unite, and those people that post those things, we salute you, and but again, there's people out there spoiling it. When we see people do the Marvel and DC, there are people that will just continue to spoil it and making these people spoil it for them and say, no, I want to love DC and Marvel. Why can't we not all love both? It's because in some form or another, but So here we go. Justice League trailer coming out pretty soon. and I'm apprehensive. I am biting my nails. That video will come up soon. Thank you. 200 subscribers. He'll probably cheese me off now when I'm unsubscribed, but it's made me worthwhile doing these videos and carrying on with my page. Every subscriber sort of helps me feel that I'm doing something. You're giving me hope. So thanks very much.